Hello everyone, and welcome back to another ASMR video. Well, a few years ago, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 even years ago, I bought some magic cards off of Facebook Marketplace. Somebody was selling a whole briefcase full, and I don't remember exactly the price that she was asking for. I want to say worst case scenario was $100 for the entire briefcase of cards. She said there was like over 3,000 cards in there. And sight unseen, I said, hey, you know what? Maybe I can use this for videos for the ASMR channel. So I bought them. And I recently was sifting through them, and I've been watching some unboxings on YouTube from some really YouTube shorts for some YouTubers, how they're opening up, revised packs and Ice Age and all booster packs. And I even saw somebody open up an $800 booster pack of Antiquities, and it got me thinking, I wonder if there are any rare cards in that briefcase that I purchased. I'm smarter than that. I know that chances are these are all commons, and maybe there's a few uncommons, but chances are these are all common cards. But then I thought to myself, well, maybe, what if there's a way to see if I got ripped off, in the sense of, are the cards combined worth less than what I paid for them, or are they worth more? And so, since I'm not quite sure exactly what I paid for the cards, I've set aside $100 as the barometer to see if all of these cards are worth more than 100. Now, you may see some cards here in the video. These are not all of them, not even close. These are just, I tried to go in order of release date, and these go back. The first set that we have cards in is Magic 2010. So Magic 2010 is the first set, and then it keeps on going. And so we'll see what they're worth. I have price charting up. I'm gonna do the best I can to try to figure out roughly what each card is worth off of price charting, and we'll go from there. So what we're gonna do is, I have a notepad opened up, and I'm going to just type out how many of each card I have and the values. So the first card we have 2 of these, and it's the only 2 cards from Magic 2010. We have 2 Lightning Bolts. They're instants. Lightning Bolt deals 3 damage. Lightning Bolts are instants. Lightning Bolt deals 3 damage to target creature or player. And then there's some Christopher Mueller who illustrated this, but then there's some text. The Sparkmaid shrieked, calling on the rage of the storms of his youth. To his surprise, the sky responded with a fierce energy he'd never thought to see again. So these are, price charting says, $1.99 each. So we have Magic 2010, and then we have Lightning Bolt times 2, $1.99. Alright, the next set of cards that we have some cards in is, okay, let's see here. Okay, so the next set of cards are from the set Zendikar. So let's go to price charting, and let's type in the name of each of these cards. So we're going to type in, the first card is this figure. It's an instant. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Brave Scar or Unfortunate Tale. It all depends on your pain threshold. So let's type in Disfigure. And from the Zendikar set, looks like it's $1.19. So we have 2, 3, 4 of these. So we're going to go to Notepad, and we're going to type Zendikar. Disfigure times 4 and $1.19. Let's see if I can move this camera down here a little. That's as far as it's going to go. You see my hand? Yeah. Okay, good. All right, the next card we have is Giant Scorpion. It is a 1/3 creature, which is a scorpion. It has Death Touch. Creatures dealt damage by this creature are destroyed. You can divide this creature's combat damage among any of the creatures blocking or blocked by it. Its sting hurts, but death is strangely painless. So let's type in Giant Scorpion. And this is worth $1.12. So just throw that on top. Okay, so we have Notepad, Giant Scorpion, $1.12. Okay, next card we have is a Goblin Shortcutter. It is a 2/1 creature, Goblin Scout. When Goblin Shortcutter enters the battlefield, target creature can't block this turn. Goblins are cheap, but be careful. It's a lot easier to steal from a corpse than a customer, says Somalia, the Marasa Expeditionary House. So we have 2 of these cards. So Goblin Shortcutter, let's see what they say it's worth here. And Goblin Shortcutter is worth 92 cents. We have 2 of those. So Goblin Shortcutter times 2 at 92 cents. Next up we have Nimbus Wings. It is an enchantment, an aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+2 and has flying. Explorers may find ways into the Sky Ruin, but they find its secrets well protected by shifting hedrons and royal winds. So let's type in Nimbus Wings. Let's see what we have here. It's worth $1.25. Nimbus Wings at $1.25. Alright, next up we have a Pillarfield Ox. It is a 2/4 creature, which is an ox. These stubborn and unpredictable oxen inspire the plains nomads' most colorful curses. So we have 2 of those Pillarfield Oxes. Okay. And they are worth $1. No, that's the foil. 5 cents. So Pillarfield Ox times 2 at 0.05 cents. Okay, the next card we have from the set is a Sky Ruin Drake. It is a 2/5 creature, which is a drake, flying. Hold up your spears and try not to look like food, says Tarsa, the Sea Gate Sellsword. So Sky Ruin Drake. See what that is worth. And it is worth 99 cents. So Sky Ruin Drake, 99 cents. Alright, the next card we have is Spell Pierce. It is an instant counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 2 colorless mana. There's a hole in your plan, says Noyan Dar from the Tazim Homage. So we have 2 of these cards, Spell Pierces. Okay, Spell Pierce. And Spell Pierce is worth $1.02. The low price. The high price is $1, or the mid price is $1.09. I'll just go with the low price here. So Sky Pierce is ×2 and $1.02. Or Spell Pierce, excuse me. Spell Pierce. Alright. And then the next card is Spire Barrage. Spire Barrage. It's a sorcery. Spire Barrage deals damage to target creature or player equal to the number of mountains you control. Goblin lessons include the 2071 tips for survival. Freck only remembered 2070. So Spire Barrage. Let's see what those are worth. Spire Barrage. $1.25. Spire Barrage is $1.25. And then we have Torch Slinger. It is a 2/2 creature, a Goblin Shaman. It also has Kicker. For 1 colorless mana and 1 mountain, you may pay an additional 1 colorless mana and 1 mountain as you cast a spell. When Torch Slinger enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, it deals 2 damage to target creature. Once thrown, twice burned. So we have 2 of these, and that is the end of Zendikar. So, Torch Slinger, is it? Yes, Torch Slinger. Let's see what we have here. $1.25 each. Okay. So Torch Slinger ×2 at $1.25. Alright, so the total amount that Zendikar cards were worth are as follows. Let's get to the calculator here. We have $1.19 times 4 plus $1.12 plus 92 cents twice plus $1.25 plus 5 cents twice plus 99 cents plus $1.02 twice plus $1.25 and then $1.25 twice. It's a grand total of $15.85. And then the Lightning, or the Magic 2010 set, we had 2 at $1.99. So that's a total of $3.98. Our running total is 16, let's see here, plus 398, it's 1983. So I'm just going to put this here. Alright, the next set of cards that we have to look at are from the set World Wake. So let's type World Wake. And then the first card we have is Explore. It is a sorcery. You may play an additional land this turn, draw a card. An Explorer's reward is a view of tomorrow's possibilities. So let's type in Explore. Well, this could be add because there is a million things on price charting with that word in it. Here it is. Let's see. We're getting there. Here it is. Okay, no. Worldwake, it is worth $1. So Explore is worth $1. Okay. The next card we have is Feral Contact. It is a sorcery, or Feral Contest, excuse me. It is a sorcery. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Another target creature must block it this turn if able. The instinct for survival makes enemies of all. We have 2 of these. So, Feral Contest. $1.49 each. Interestingly enough, the foil is worth less than the regular card. So, Feral Contest times 2. What did I say it was worth? $1.49? I did. Okay. The next card we have is Goblin Roughrider. It is a creature, a Goblin Knight, 3/2. Astride the buccaneering creature, Gribble hurled down the mountainside, while his Grotag brethren cheered. It was at that moment that Legend of the Skrill Tamer was born. And we have 2 of these cards, Goblin Roughrider. So, let us see. These are worth $1.23 each. So, Goblin Roughrider times 2 at $1.23. The next card we have is Myers Toil. Or Myers Toll, excuse me. It is a sorcery. Target player reveals a number of cards from his or her hand equal to the number of swamps you control. You choose one of them. That player discards that card. As the bridge snapped, Burko was sure he heard the swamp laughing at him. So we have 4 of these Myers Toll. Okay. And it is worth $1.19. And it looks like the last card we have is Searing Blaze. It is an instant. Searing Blaze deals 1 damage to target player and 1 damage to target creature that player controls. Landfall. If you had a land enter the battlefield under your control this turn, Searing Blaze deals 3 damage to that player and 3 damage to that creature instead. So let's type in Searing Blaze. And it is worth $1.96. Alright, let's add them up. So the total is worth we have $1 plus 2 at $1.49 plus 2 at $1.23 plus 4 at $1.19 and then 1 at $1.96 for a total of $13.16. And so now our total is $32.99. So just from these little sets that we've done, I think I'm going to make my money back and then some. Well, they're worth at least my money back and then some. Will I get what they're worth? Probably not. I'll probably, if I sold these, take 40 cents on the dollar is my guess. But if you're a Magic fan and you know how these sell, just let me know. Okay, the next set we have cards in is it this one with the sun? Yes, it is Rise of the Eldrazi. So let's type in the Rise of the Eldrazi. And the first card we have is Battle Rattle Shaman. It is a 2/2 creature goblin shaman. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, you may have target creature get +2/+0 until end of turn. The shaman rattles not to inspire a battle fury, but to drown out the shrieks of those fleeing the Eldrazi. So Battle Rattle Shaman. Let's see what they're worth here. Battle Rattle Shaman. Okay. Card is worth 38 cents. And we have two of them. Battle Rattle Shaman. Okay, the next card we have is Death Cultist. It is a 1/1 creature, human wizard. Sacrifice Death Cultist. Target player loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. Death inevitably seduces all who study it. So we have 2 Death Cultists. Let's see what those are worth here. 99 cents. Death Cultist times 2 at 99 cents. Next card we have is Flame Slash. It is a sorcery. Flame Slash deals 4 damage to target creature. After millennia sleep, the Eldrazi had forgotten about Zendikaar's fiery temper and dislike of strangers. It's a pretty good card. It only casts 1 mana and deals 4 damage to a creature. So, Flame, what's it called? Flame Slash. Okay, it is worth $1.43. And the next card we have is called Lone Missionary. It is a 2/1 creature, Cormunk creature. When Lone Missionary enters the battlefield, you gain 4 life. This is another pretty decent card for only 2 mana. His mission has become a grim pilgrimage, a tour of the Eldrazi-stricken outposts across Zendikar. But he marches on alone, stubborn as the daily dawn. Lone Missionary. See what that is worth. Okay, this is worth $1. No, that's the foil. $1. Alright. Next card we have is Narcolepsy. It is an enchantment, an aura. Enchant creature. At the beginning of each upkeep, if enchanted creature is untapped, tap it. It's so cute when it's sleeping, isn't it? Actually, it's still as abhorrent as ever, but at least it's not trying to kill us, says Noyendar, the Tazim Lumage. So we have 2 cards of Narcolepsy. So let us type that in. And Narcolepsy is worth $1.17. And the last card we have is Soul's Attendant. It is a 1/1 creature, a human cleric. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may gain 1 life. In truth, her own faith was gone, trodden in Ulamog's wake. She pantomimed the blessing in the hope that it would inspire others to continue to struggle. So Soul's Attendant. And that is the end of that set. So let's see what Soul's Attendant is worth. Foil is worth a good amount of money. This is, well, $3.57 for the regular card. Alright, let us add up our total here. For Rise of the Eldrazi, we have 2 at 38 cents. We have 2 at 99 cents. We have 1 at $1.43, 1 at $1, 2 at $1.17, and 1 at 3.50. So our total is $11.08, and our running total is $44.07. All right, our next, we have a bunch of these cards. It is Magic 2011. So we have a bunch of these. First card we have is Aether Adept. It's a 2/2 creature human wizard. When Aether Adept enters the battlefield, return target creature to its owner's hand. Some mages do their best work in solitude. Others do their best work creating it. Let's take a look at Aether Adept. Okay. It's 90 cents. Aether Adept, actually. It's not Adept. Sorry about my pronunciation of a regular English word. It's kind of nuts. Alright, our next card is Ajani's Mantra. It is an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may gain 1 life. He hasn't returned to the Cloud Forest, but I can still sense his calming presence, says Zaliki of Naya. Ajani's Mantra. Okay. $1.39. Next card we have is called Armored Cancerix. It is a 2/5 creature, which is a crab. Creatures displaced from time still turn up every year, stranded by the temporal disaster that once swept across Dominaria, or temporal disaster. Armored Cancerix. No, we're having trouble finding this. Because I spelt it wrong, that's why. Armored Cancerix. Okay. There we are. It is worth 38. No, that's the foil. It's 38 cents either way. Okay. Armored Cancerix. Alright, next card we have is Assault Griffin. It is a 3/2 creature griffin, flying. Fine soldiers guarded the northern front. They waited for 2-legged foes and left the skies unheeded. General Avitora. Assault Griffin. It is worth... No way. Wow. It's worth $5.10. That's crazy. That's our highest card yet. $5.10. Alright, our next card is Azure Drake. It is a 2/4 creature, which is Drake, flying. More so than storm or pirate, Drake is the word a sailor least wants to hear. So we have 1, we have 2 Azure Drakes. Let's take a look at those. And Azure Drake is worth 51 cents, so we have 2 of those. Okay. The next card we have is Barony Vampire. It is a 3/2 creature, a vampire. Poor little sun dweller out past curfew, and to think you might have survived if it wasn't so close to supper time. Barony Vampire. Barony Vampire is worth $1. It's worth 99 cents. The next card we have is Cloud Elemental. It is a 2/3 creature elemental flying. Cloud Elemental can block only creatures with flying. The sky teems with just as much life as the forest or the deep seas, says Hadi Caston from the Kala Dale Naturalist. Cloud Elementals. We have 2 of those. I remember Elementals from the Alpha all the way to Revised series back in the day. I love those cards. No, I meant to do Cloud Elemental. Alright, Cloud Elemental is worth 38 cents. And we had how many of those? Did we have more than one? We did. We had 2, right? Yeah. So Cloud Elemental times 2, 38 cents. Okay. Next up we have Cultivate. It is a sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards and put one onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand. Then shuffle your library. All seeds share a common bond, calling to each other across infinity. Cultivate. Okay, Cultivate is worth $1.40. Next up we have Disentomb. It is a sorcery. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. The armies of the dead always report well rested. Disentomb. Disentomb is worth 51 cents. Next up, we have Garruk's Companion. It is a 3/2 creature, a beast. It has trample. If this creature would assign enough damage to its blockers to destroy them, you may have it assign the rest of its damage to defending player or planeswalker. So we have 1, and we have 2 of those. Garruk's Companion. Okay. It is worth $1.19. Next up, we have the Goblin Balloon Brigade. 1/1 creature, Goblin Warrior. If you tap a mountain, Goblin Balloon Brigade gains flying until end of turn. The enemy is getting too close. Quick, inflate the toad. So we have 1 of those. We have 2 of those. Goblin Balloon Brigade. I get the feeling I could have sworn that card was in Fallen Empires way back in the day, but I could be wrong. Let's see if I'm right. Well, it was in the 4th edition. It was an alpha card, I guess. and unlimited, and revised. Was it revised? No. Yeah, it wasn't revised. Okay, so that's what I remember it from. So, Goblin Balloon Brigade is worth $1.29. Okay, next up we have the Goblin Tumbler, or Goblin Tunneler. It is a 1/1 creature, Goblin Rogue. Tap Goblin Tunneler. Target creature with power 2 or less is unblockable this turn. You never know what's going to be in goblin tunnels. Even in the best case, there will still be goblins, says Satyr Aqum Expeditionary House. Goblin Tunneler. Let's take a look at that. It is worth $1.24. Okay, next card we have is the Golden Glow Moth. It is a 0/1 creature, insect, flying. Whenever Golden Glow Moth blocks, you may gain 4 life. Little moth, fluttering bright, what luck will you bring tonight? This is a Benelish children's rhyme. So Golden Glow Moth. Let's take a look. It is worth 97 cents. Okay. Next card we have is Gravedigger. It is a 2/2 creature, a zombie. When Gravedigger enters the battlefield, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Only a thin layer of dirt separates civilization from an undead apocalypse. So Gravedigger. $0.38. Next up we have the Greater Basilisk. It is a 3/5 creature, a basilisk. Death Touch. Any amount of damage this deals to a creature is enough to destroy it. Bone, Stone. Both taste the same to a hungry basilisk. So Greater Basilisk. It's worth $1. It is worth 38 cents. Next up we have Hunter's Feast. It is a sorcery. Any number of target players each gain 6 life. Those who kill a Josper Rhino must prepare spells to lift the carcass. Even a dozen hunters can't lift its bulk. So we have 2 Hunter's Feasts. It is worth 38 cents. Next up, we have Jace's Erasure. It is an enchantment. Whenever you draw a card, you may have target player put the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. You should try to clear your mind of idle thoughts, and if you can't, I will. So Jace's Erasure. $1.25. Next up we have Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt deals 3 damage to target creature or player. We have 1, we have 2. So let's take a look at this version of Lightning Bolt. The 2010 version was worth $1.99. Let's see what This is worth. Oh, that's a foil version. It is worth $1.81, although the mid price is $4.41. So what I'm going to do there, because there's a big discrepancy, now I'll just use the cheaper one just to be safe here. Lightning Bolt. We have two of those. It's $1.81, right? Two of those. Yeah. All right. The next card is Liliana's Spectre. It is a 2/1 creature, a Spectre, which is flying. When Liliana's Spectre enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. The finest minions know what I need without me ever saying a thing, says Liliana Vess. So Liliana's Spectre. It is worth $1.18. So we have 1, 2. Okay, next up we have Mighty Leap. It is an instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. The southern fortress taken by invaders. Sure. When elephants fly, says Brizard Skinbow, captain of the guard. Skinbow. Mighty Leap. Okay. Mighty Leap is worth 38 cents. Next up we have Mind Rot. It is in sorcery. Target player discards 2 cards. Not every thought is a good one. It's worth, no, the foil is worth that. What's the regular card worth? 99 cents. Next card we have is the Nether Horror. It is a 4/2 creature, a horror. My dreams darkened and seeped into my waking hours. Spellcraft and nightmare merged to create this monstrosity. Suniva, Witch of Holm Hollow. Nether Horror. Sorry about the siren out there, guys. Nether Horror. It's 38 cents. Okay. Next card we have is the Nightwing Shade. It is a 2/2 creature shade, flying. Tap 1 colorless and tap 1 swamp. Nightwing Shade gets +1/+1 until end of turn. There is 1 hour of the night even we do not watch, says Sedva, captain of the watch. Nightwing Shade. And Nightwing Shade is worth 38 cents. Next up, we have Pacifism. It is an enchantment, an aura. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. For the first time in his life, Grak felt a little warm and fuzzy inside. So we have 1, we have 2 Pacifisms. Okay. Pacifism is worth $1.08. Alright, next up we have a Plains, and it is card 233. So, let's see how we're going to look this up. It is card 233. So this card, Plains, is worth I don't know how I'm going to find this here, because M11, Magic 11, I don't see any. And 13. We're still trying to find it. Let's try this. Let's try. Here we go. So this Plains is worth $2.69. The interesting thing from the videos I've seen on people pulling cards, mana for some reason is worth a decent amount of money compared to the actual cards, you know? Alright, next up we have Sacred Wolf. It is a 3/1 creature, a wolf. Sacred Wolf can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control. I raised my bow, and the wolf stared at me. Under its gaze, my finger would not release the string. Arif the Hunter. So what is this card now? I forget already. Sacred Wolf. Let's take a look at that. I should put Plains 233 here. Okay. And then we got Sacred Wolf. It is worth $1.50. Not bad. Sacred Wolf, $1.50. Next card is Safe Passage. Okay, Safe Passage is an instant. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to you and creatures you control this turn. With one flap of her wings, the angel beat back the fires of war. So we have one of these, we have two of these. Safe Passage. Safe Passage. And well, this is interesting. There's this is card number 26. Yeah. Okay, these are worth $3.69. How crazy is that? Safe Passage times 2 at $3.69. Next up we have the Siege Mastodon. It is a 3/5 creature and elephant. The walls of the wicked will fall before us. Ready the siege engines. We proceed to war, says General Avitora. Siege Mastodon. We have 2, 3, and 4 of these. Siege Mastodon. Did I spell it wrong? Mastodon. S-I-G-E, Mastodon. Or is it Mastodon? It's Mastodon, that's why. Okay. Siege Mastodon is worth 38 cents. So, Siege Mastodon times 4 at 38 cents. Next up, we have Solemn Offering. It is a sorcery. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, you gain 4 life. A relic donation is suggested. The suggestion is mandatory. That's funny. The temple signs say that. So Solemn Offering. That's like off-season workouts for football. It's like they're optional, but we suggest you be here. Alright, Solemn Offering is worth 38 cents. feeling it might be worth more, but no. Alright, we have a swamp now. This is card number 238. So this swamp right here. Let's see what this is worth. It is worth $2.70. Okay. Next up we have Tireless Missionaries. It is a 2/3 creature, human cleric. When Tireless Missionaries enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. If they succeed in their holy work, their order will vanish into welcome obscurity, for there will be no more souls to redeem. Tireless Missionaries. Tireless Missionaries. It's worth 99 cents. Next up, we have a Tome Scour. It is a sorcery. Target player puts the top 5 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Genius is overrated, especially when it's someone else's. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Tome Scour. Should be Tome Scour. It is worth $1.25. Tome Scour times 4. Tome Scour times 4, $1.25. Next up we have Unsummon. I remember this from Revised. It's an instant. Return target creature to its owner's hand. You're trespassing in my reality. Ask permission next time, says Sinyan the Quiet. So we have 2 of those cards, Unsummon. Okay. It is worth $1.64. Next up we have Volcanic Strength. It is an enchantment, an aura. Enchant creature. I don't know if you guys can see that. I wasn't really paying attention to the camera where it is, so I apologize. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has Mountain Walk. It's unblockable as long as a defending player controls a mountain. His blood boiled over, and he erupted with fists of stone. So Volcanic Strength. It is worth 38 cents. And then we have Wall of Vines. This is an 0/3 creature, plant wall. Defender, this creature can't attack. Reach, this creature can block creatures with flying. Like all jungle plants, the vines must fight and claw for sunlight. Once their place is secured, they grow strong, sharp, and unpenetrable. Okay. Wall of Vines. $2, oh no, that's the foil. It's 38 cents. And then lastly, we have the Yavimaya Worm. It is a 6/4 creature, a worm. It has trample. If this creature would assign enough damage to its blockers to destroy them, you may have it assign the rest of its damage to defending player or planeswalker. Anywhere else, colossal. In the forests of Yamivaya, commonplace. Yamiyaya. It is Yavimaya. So the Yavimaya Worm, we have 2 of those, and that ends Magic 2011. Yavimaya Worm. $1.15. Okay. LV Maya 1 times 2 at $1.15. All right, let us add up all of these cards to see what we have. So, where is the calculator? Here we go. Okay. We have 90 cents, $1.39, 38 cents, $5.10, 2 at 51 cents, another dollar, another 99 cents, I should say, 2 at 38 cents, $1.40, 51 cents, 2 at $1.19, $1.29, $1.24, 97 cents, 38 cents, 38 cents, and then we have 2 at 38 cents, and then we have $1.25, 2 at $1.81, 2 at $1.18, we have 38 cents, 99 cents, 2 at 38 cents, 38 cents again, $1.08, 2 of those, $2.69, $1.50, $2 at $3.69, $4 at 38 cents, 38 cents again, $2.70, 99 cents, 4 at $1.25, 2 at $1.64, 38 cents, 38 cents, and finally 2 at $1.15. So total $60.25, making our running total $104.32. So if the number truly was $100, we have surpassed it already, and we have a ton of cards to go, not even close to being done. Okay, so we have Magic 2010, and then we have this, and we have these. Let's throw these over here. Let's move these over here. Move these, move these. Okay, now we have a bunch of cards. This series of cards is called, or this set I should say, is called Scars of Maraudon. Scars of Maraudon. So first card we have is Assault Strobe. It is a sorcery. Target creature gains double strike until end of turn. It deals both first strike and regular combat damage. When breaking someone's face once just isn't enough. So Assault Strobe. Let's see what this is worth. $1.63. Alright, next card we have is a Auric Replica. It is a 2/2 artifact creature, a cleric. If you tap a plains, sacrifice Auric Replica. Prevent all damage a source of your choice would deal to you this turn. All the loyalty of the Auric with only a trace of their self-righteousness. So we have, let's do this here. We have one of those. We have two of those. So we are looking for Auric Replica. They're worth 25 cents. Auriok Replica times 2 at 25. Alright, next up we have the Auric Sunchaser. Okay, it is a 1/1 creature, a human soldier, with Metalcraft. As long as you control 3 or more artifacts, Auric Sunchaser gets +2/+2 and has flying. Grant me Loft. Grant me Light. Grant me the accuracy I need to kill all who threaten Bladehold. Prayer to the White Sun. Auric Sunchaser. $1.71. Not bad so far. These cards are in the couple dollars here. Alright, next up we have Blade Tribe Berserkers. It is a 3/3 creature, a human berserker. It has Metalcraft. When Blade Tribe Berserkers enters the battlefield, if you control 3 or more artifacts, Blade Tribe Berserkers gets +3/+3 and gains haste until end of turn. So, let's take a look. Blade Tribe Berserkers. Blade Tribe Berserkers. 99 cents. Alright, next up we have Bladed Pinions. It is an artifact equipment. Equipped creature has flying and first strike, and to equip it you need to spend 2 colorless mana. Lacking trained patrons, the Auric had to rely on other measures to gain the upper hand in the skies. Purions? I don't know what that says. Bladed Pinions. Okay, let's see. My allergies are acting up. My eyes are all messed up here. $1.40. Not horrible, guys. I mean, so far every card has been at least 99 cents or more with the exception of one. Alright, here we go. Black Cleave Goblin. This is a 2/1 creature, a goblin zombie. It has haste and inflict. This creature deals damage to creatures in the forms of -1/-1 counters, and to players in the form of poison counters. Bitten, save time, amputate now. Lefar, the Loxodon Surgeon. So Black Cleave Goblin. We have 2 of those cards. Oh, we have a Bladed Pinion. So we actually have 2 of these. Now, this was out of order. Whoopsie. Alright, let's put this where it should go. Alright, Black Cleave Goblin. Let's take a look. Black Cleave Goblin. It is $1.25. Okay. Black Cleave Goblin times 2 at $1.25. Next up, we have the Bleak Coven Vampires. It is a 4/3 creature, a vampire warrior. It has Metalcraft. When Bleak Coven Vampires enters the battlefield, if you control 3 or more artifacts, target player loses 4 life and you gain 4 life. As the shadow of the Mephidros spread over the Tangle, the vampire's territory expanded. So Bleak Coven Vampires. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3 of those. Bleak Coven Vampires. $0.99 each. Bleak Coven Vampires times 3 at 99 cents. Next up we have Blight Mamba. It is a 1/1 creature, a snake. It has Infect. This creature deals damage to creatures in the forms of -1/-1 counters and to players in the form of poison counters. If you tap 1 colorless and 1 forest, regenerate Blight Mamba. Its venom drips with Phyrexia's hate. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Blight Mamba. $1.67. Not bad, guys. Okay, next up we have Bonds of Quicksilver. It is a enchantment and aura. It is flash. You may cast this spell anytime you can cast an instant. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. The sea's reach extends beyond its shores. So Bonds of Quicksilver. I just have a feeling that's an uncommon card at least. Let's see if I'm right. Bonds of Quicksilver. It's worth 99 cents, so I was wrong about that. Bonds of Quicksilver, 99 cents. Okay. Next up, we have Copperhorn Scout. It is a 1/1 creature, an elf scout. Whenever Copperhorn Scout attacks, untap each other's creature you control. Fangren Spur may sound louder, but Viridian Resurgence claim that the horn of the Vorak creates a truer, more inspiring note. Copperhorn Scout. Let's take a look. Copperhorn Scout. It is worth $1.44. Next up, we have Corpse Cur. It's a 2/2 artifact creature, a hound. It has Infect. This creature deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters, and to players in the form of poison counters. When Corpse Cur enters the battlefield, you may return target creature card with Infect from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, Corpse Cur. It is worth $1.40. Alrighty, next up we have Copper Mirror. It is a 1/1 artifact creature, a mirror. If you tap it, it adds a forest to your mana pool. The mirror, like Verdigris, an ever-present patina on the surface of a metal world. A patina? Copper Mirror. Sorry guys if you are hardcore Magic fans and I'm botching the pronunciations of some of these. Alright, Copper Mirror is worth $1.19. Then we have Disperse. It's an instant. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Most casualties of the power struggle between Vedekin and Nuruk didn't die on the field of battle. They merely disappeared. So let's go to Disperse. $0.99. Alright, next up we have Echo Circlet. It is a artifact and equipment. Equipped creature can block an additional creature, and to equip it you tap one colorless. After the vanishing of the Elder Generations, the Anvil tribe developed creative solutions to their personnel shortages. So Echo Circlet. See what that's all about. It is $1.19. Next up, we have Fume Spitter. It is a 1/1 creature, a horror. Sacrifice Fume Spitter, put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. Our archers made sport of it as it fumbled its way up the slag ridge. As it collapsed, we thought ourselves safe, but the foul thing carried more than necrogen, says Odoron the Tangle Hunter. So we have two Fume Spitters. $1.09. Alright, next Next up we have Galvanic Blast. It is an instant. Galvanic Blast deals 2 damage to target creature or player. It also has Metalcraft. Galvanic Blast deals 4 damage to that creature or player instead if you control 3 or more artifacts. Maraudon has little weather, but it certainly has lightning. Galvanic Blast. It's $1.99. Now the foil version of that card is worth almost $10. Okay, next up we have Goblin Gavalier. Goblin Gavalier is a 1/1 creature, a Goblin Warrior with Trample. Goblin Gavalier gets +2/+0 for each equipment attached to it. When everything looks like a nail, you really need to get yourself a hammer, says Kroll, the Goblin Furnace Priest. Goblin Gavalier. Spelt it wrong, obviously. Goblin. Gaveleer. Gaveleer. There we go. Okay, 99 cents for that card. Goblin Gavalier. 99 cents. Next up, we have Golden Urn. It is an artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a charge counter on Golden Urn. If you tap and sacrifice Golden Urn, you gain life equal to the number of charge counters on Golden Urn. That's a pretty good card. You play that one early and you just keep racking up charge counters on that thing. Okay, Golden Urn is worth $1.24. It's actually worth more than the foil is by 5 cents. Next up, we have Golem Foundry. It is an artifact. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may put a charge counter on Golem Foundry. Remove 3 charge counters from Golem Foundry. Put a 3/3 colorless Golem artifact creature token onto the battlefield. Golem Foundry. It is worth $3.23. Next up, we have Grasp of Darkness. It is an instant. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. On a world with 5 suns, Night is compelled to become an aggressive force. Grasp of Darkness. Let's take a look at that one. Okay. $1.54 for Grasp of Darkness. Next up, we have the Horizon Spellbomb. It is an artifact. Okay. If you tap 2 colorless and tap Horizon Spellbomb and sacrifice it, you can search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. When Horizon Spellbomb is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay a forest, and if you do, you can draw another card. Horizon Spellbomb. What? Horizon Spell Bomb. Here it is. It's worth $1.29. Next up, we have Ichorclaw Mirror. It is a 1/1 artifact creature. It's a mirror. It has Infect. This creature deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters, and to players in the form of poison counters. Whenever Ichorclaw Mirror becomes blocked, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Ickerclaw Mirror. It is worth $1.65. Alright, next up we have Instill Infection. It is an instant. Put a -1/-1 counter on target creature and draw a card. The results of our 9th inoculation were the same. The specimen was, of course, euthanized before the contagion could spread, says Vatican Research Notes. So we have one, we have two of those. Instill Infection. Okay. Dollar, no, that's the foil. It is worth 38 cents. So our streak of at least 99 cents or more is ended with Instill Infection. We went on a streak of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19 cards in a row that were 99 cents or more. Alright, let's see if we can start a new streak. We have Molder Beast. It is a 5/3 creature. It is a beast. It has trample. Whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, Molder Beast gets +2/+0 until end of turn. A trail of scrap metal can lead it into an ambush, but take care not to overfeed it, says Otteron the Tangle Hunter. Molder Beast. Let's take a look at that. Alright, it is worth 63 cents. Next up, we have the Moriok Replica. It is a 2/2 artifact creature. It's a warrior. Tap 1 colorless mana and a swamp. Sacrifice Moriok Replica. You draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. All the secrets of the Moriok with only a trace of their corruption. Moriok Replica. It is worth 25 cents. Ooh, that is the least worth card. It's the cheapest card so far that we have, 25 cents. It might even be the cheapest card. No, we have a couple of 5-cent ones, I think. Alright, we have a mountain. It is card number 243. Mountain here. Let's see what this one is worth. Mountain. $243. It is worth 50 cents. Interesting. Why are these? What is the difference? Yeah. Huh. Okay. Well, mountain number 243, 50 cents. Okay. Next up, we have the Necrogen Censor. It is an artifact. Necrogen Censor enters the battlefield with 2 charge counters on it. If you tap, remove a charge counter from Necrogen Censor, target player loses 2 life. Moriok Necromancers actively spread Necrogen, encouraging the transformation from Mirian to Nim. So Necrogen Censor, we have 3 of those. Necrogen Censor. $1.15 each. So Necrogen Censor times 3 at $1.15. Alright, next up we have a Panic Spellbomb. It's an artifact. If you tap it, sacrifice Panic Spellbomb. Target creature can't block this turn. And when Panic Spellbomb is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay a mountain, and if you do, you draw a card. So Panic Spellbomb. It is worth $1.42. Next up, we have the Perilous Mirror. It is a 1/1 artifact creature. It is a mirror. When Perilous Mirror is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to target creature or player. To Meridian, an explosive. To Phyrexia, a missionary. Perilous Mirror. Perilous Mirror. It is worth no, that's the foil. It is worth $1.29. Alright, next up we have the Plated Sea Strider. It is a 1/4 creature, it's a beast. The new rock buried entangling cables just under the Quicksilver Sea. 1 Sea Strider harvest can provide an army's worth of armor and shields. Plated Sea Strider. Let's see what that's worth. Plated Sea Strider. What? Ugh. Plated Sea Strider. Plated Sea Strider. Here it is, $1.40. Alright, next up we have the Razorfield Thresher. It is a 6/4 artifact creature. It is a construct. Danger. Keep appendages clear of front of machine, and rear of machine, and side of machine, and top of machine. Razorfield Thresher. It is worth 38 cents. Next up we have Relic Putrescence. Putrescence. Relic Putrescence. It is an enchantment and aura. Enchant artifact. Whenever enchanted artifact becomes tapped, its controller gets a poison counter. Until we shed the curse of sentience, we must endure its grotesque handiwork, says Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger. Relic Putrescence. Relic Putrescence is worth 99 cents. Next up we have Revoke Existence. It is a sorcery. Exile target artifact or enchantment. No half measures, no regrets. We'll tell no stories of this day. It will be as if it never existed at all, says Ganador, Loxodon Mystic. Revoke Existence. We have 2 of those. We have 3 of those. So Revoke Existence. It is worth $1.44. Revoke Existence times 3, $1.44. Next up we have Seize the Initiative. It is an instant. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains first strike until end of its turn. The time between spotting a lemon and shikari and feeling its claws is just time enough to draw your last breath. Seize the Initiative. Let's take a look here. Seize the Initiative. It is $1.09. Next up, we have Shatter. It is an instant. Destroy target artifact. I am an artist, a builder, a creator. I create the biggest explosions around, says Kroll the Goblin Furnace Priest. Shatter's been in other sets as well. Okay, the Shatter was way back in the day from Alpha. It's also an Ice Age. Alright, so Shatter is worth $1.62. Next up we have Silver Mirror. It is a 1/1 artifact creature. It is a mirror. If you tap it, you can add an island to your mana pool. The mirror, like Quicksilver, malleable in function and adaptable in form. So we have one of those, we have two of those. Silver Mirror. Well, the foil's worth $8. It's worth $1.54. Silver Mirror times 2 at $1.54. Okay, next up we have Sky Eel School. It is a 3/3 creature. It's a fish. It has flying. When Sky Eel School enters the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. They swim on tides few can see, away from a threat few yet understand. So we have two of those. Sky Eel School. It's worth 99 cents. How many did we have? Just two of them? Yes. Okay, next up we have Snap Sail Glider. It is a 2/2 artifact creature. It is a construct. It has Metalcraft. Snap Sail Glider has flying as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Built from a reconfigured Thresher, it charges with light reflected off the golden plane, ready to take to the air in case of danger. Snap Sail Glider. Snap Sail Glider. This is worth 99 cents. Snap Sail Glider. Next up, we have Soliton. It is a 3/4 artifact creature. It has a construct. If you tap, it is a construct. If you tap an island, you can untap Soliton. The Gemini engines had lost connection with each other and wandered apart, developing an independent awareness of their surroundings. So, Soliton. It's $2.17 for that one. Next up we have Soul Parry. It is an instant. Prevent all damage 1 or 2 target creatures would deal this turn. I was called to this world of steel, and it will be my steel that answers, says Elspeth Terrell. Soul Parry. It's $1.60. Next up we have Steady Progress. It is an instant. It has Proliferate. You choose any number of permanents and or players with counters on them, then give each another counter of a kind already there, and you draw a card. More of that strange oil. It's probably nothing. So Steady Progress. That is worth $1.19. Then we have a card called Sylvok Lifestaff. It is an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+0. Whenever equipped creature is put into a graveyard, you gain 3 life. You equip it with 1 colorless mana. The Druid's Lifestaff connects her to generations of bygone Sylvok. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 of these. Sylvok Lifestaff. is worth $1.18. And then we have Turn to Slag. It is a sorcery. Turn to Slag deals 5 damage to target creature. Destroy all equipment attached to that creature. If it wasn't a blackened, stinking, melted abomination before, it certainly is now, says Koth of the Hammer. So 1 and 2 of those. Turn to Slag. It is worth $1. Next up, we have Untamed Might. It is an instant. Target creature gets +X until end of turn, and X is obviously the amount of colorless mana you tap to put the defense and attack and power. Beasts kill for their very survival. If you would have their strength, you must know their desperation, says Konos Silvox Sage. So Untamed Might. It's worth $1.19. Then we have Vector Asp. It is a 1/1 artifact creature. It's a snake. If you tap a swamp, Vector Asp gains Infect until end of turn. It deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters, and to players in the form of poison counters. Phyrexia's machines take inspiration from nature. Twisted, disturbing inspiration. Vector Asp. Let's take a look at that. Vector Asp. $1.56. And then we have the Volshock Replica. It is a 3/1 artifact creature. It is a berserker. If you tap a colorless in a mountain and sacrifice Volshock Replica deals 3 damage to target player. All the fury of the Volshock with only a trace of their recklessness. We have 2 of those cards. Volshock Replica. It's interesting, it's not coming up. Volshock Replica. Okay, 25 cents. And we had how many? Did we have 2? We did. Volshock Replica. And lastly, we have Wing Puncture. It is an instant. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature with flying. If I were the air, I wouldn't taunt the ground. It has the weight advantage, says Konos Silvox Sage. Wing Puncture. It is worth $1.24. So all in all, this might be the set that's worth the most right now. Every card, with the exception of a few, was $1 or more. 99 cents or more, I should say. So let's add them all up and let's see where we're at. Here we go. Let's go to calculator here. Let's go all the way up here. Okay, so we have $1.63. We have 2 at 25 cents. We have $1.71, 99 cents. 2 at $1.40. We have 2 at $1.25. 3 at 99 cents. $1.67. We have 4 of those. We have 99 cents again. We have $1.44. We have $1.40. $1.19. 99 cents. $1.19. 2 at $1.09. $1.99. 99 cents. $1.24, $3.23, $1.54, $1.29, $1.65, 2 at 38 cents, 63 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents, 3 at $1.15, $1.42, $1.29, $1.40, 38 cents, 99 cents, 3 at $1.44, $1.09, $1.62, 2 at $1.54, 2 at 99 cents, 99 cents again, $2.17, $1.60, $1.19, 4 at $1.18, then we have a 2 at $1, $1.19, $1.56, 2 at 25 cents, and $1.24. That is a grand total, folks, of $81.41, leading us with a total now of 81.41 plus 104.32. So we are now up to $185.73. Okay. The next set of cards we have is Mirrodin Besieged, I believe. Yeah, that looks like that to me. Mirrodin Besieged. So, let's type that in. Mirrodin Besieged. Okay, the first card we have is Ardent Recruit. It is a 1/1 creature, a human soldier. It has Metalcraft. Ardent Recruit gets +2/+2 as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. We lost our homes and our kin. We won't let those rotters take our future as well. So, we have one of those, Ardent Recruit. Sorry about that. Ardent Recruit is worth $1.19. Okay, next up we have Banishment Decree. It is an instant. Put target artifact, creature, or enchantment on top of its owner's library. Unworthy of consecrations is Axe Lesser Cenobite. So, Banishment Decree. We have one. We have 2 of those. Banishment Decree. It's $1.37. Banishment Decree times 2 at $1.37. Next up we have Blight Widow. It is a 2/4 creature, a spider. It has reach. This creature can block creatures with flying. It also has infect. This creature deals damage to creatures in the forms of -1/-1 counters, and to players in the form of poison counters. So, Blight Widow. $1.06. Next up, we have Blisterstick Shaman. It is a 2/1 creature, a goblin shaman. When Blisterstick Shaman enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. A productive warren requires a good deal of prodding. So Blisterstick Shaman. Blisterstick Shaman. It is worth $1.09. Okay, next up we have Caustic Hound. It is a 4/4 creature. It's a hound. When Caustic Hound is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, each player loses 4 life. At first, the Mirians aimed for its exposed gut. The survivors quickly learned to do otherwise. Caustic Hound. Caustic Hound. It's $1.12. Next up, okay, Copper Carapace. It's an artifact. It has equipment. It is an equipment artifact. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and can't block. If you equip three colorless mana attached to target creature you control. Equip only as a sorcery. We will fight as they do. Our flesh protected behind metal. Says Tay Aquil, Viridian Weaponsmith. So Copper Carapace, we have two of those. Copper Carapace. $1.25. Okay, next up we have Flare Husk. It is an artifact, equipment, living weapon. When this equipment enters the battlefield, put a 0/0 black germ creature token onto the battlefield, then attach this to it. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. If you equip two colorless mana attached to target creature you control, equip only as a sorcery. We have one, we have two, we have three of these. Flare Husks. Flare Husk. $2, no, it's a foil. We have $1.27. Flare Husk times 3, I believe. Yes. $1.27. Okay. Next up, we have the Fangren Marauder. It is a 5/5 creature. It's a beast. Whenever an artifact is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may gain 5 life. The Fangren fight without comfort of any kind. We can ask no less of ourselves, says Tilion the Sylvok partisan. Fangren Marauder. Let's see here. Fangren Marauder. It is worth $1.73. Okay, next up we have the Hexplate Golem. It is a 5/7 artifact creature. It's a golem. Use everything. Iron, rust, scrap, even the ground must join our cause, says Izuri, the renegade leader. Hexplate Golem. This could be our first card that's worth less than $1 here. Just have a feeling. It is worth, yep, 38 cents. How did I know? Hexplate Golem, 38 cents. Next up, we have Horrifying Revelation. It is a sorcery. Target player discards a card, then puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Ours is a glorious transmission. Behold a future where all bow to the Father of Machines, says Isola, priest of Sheoldred. Horrifying Revelation. It's worth $1.19. And we have an island mana. It is card number 1. Looks like 48 island here. So let's take a look. Island. see here. Mir Odin. So, Island Rodin. Mirror. I can't believe this. Spelling it right? Yep. Irodinbesregd. Oh, that's why I'm spelling it wrong. Rodin with an I. Here it is. Okay. So I think this was 148. It is. So this is worth $1.27. So Island number 148 is worth $1.27. Okay. Next up we have Master's Call. It is an instant. Put 2 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature tokens onto the battlefield. The need to obey was inscribed on every plate in their bodies. Master's Call. What? Well, this is interesting. This card cannot be found. Here it is, 99 cents. Master's Call is 99 cents. Okay. Next up, we have a Mirror Sire. It is a 1/1 artifact creature. It's a mirror. When Mirror Sire is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature token onto the battlefield. For the Phyrexians, death is not an end nor a one-time occurrence. So we have one of those, we have two of those. It is Mirror Sire. Two of them. Mirror Sire. Okay, and the card is worth $1.19. Next up, we have Oculus. It is a 1/1 creature, a homunculus. When Oculus is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may draw a card. In its gaze, I saw no mercy, no recognition that I was worthy to exist, says Kara Vrist, the Newark agent. So we have one of those, we have two of those, we have three of those, we have four of those. Oculus. $0.99. Okay. Next up we have Ogre Resistor. It is a 4/3 creature. It's an ogre. He didn't have a word for home, but he knew it was something to be defended. Ogre Resistor. It's worth 38 cents. Next up, we have Phyrexis, Enchantment Aura, Enchant Creature. Enchanted creature has Infect. It deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters, and to players in the form of poison counters. Perfection is at hand. You have been freed of weakness and made complete, says Shrouded Whispering One. So we have one of those, we have two of those. Phyrexis. And Phyrexis, the foil is almost worth $10. But Phyrexis is worth $2.25. Wow, okay. Irisis times 2, 225. Two of them correct, yeah. Alright, next up we have Phyrexian Digester. It is a 2/1 artifact creature. It's a construct. Infect. This creature deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters, and to players in the form of poison counters. Our cause will ripen in the fertile flesh of the unworthy, says Sherolded the Whispering One. So we have one of those, we have two of those. Phyrexian Digester. Phyrexian Digester. It's worth $1.25. Then we have the Phyrexian Rager. It is a 2/2 creature. It's a horror. When Phyrexian Rager enters the battlefield, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. I believe many worlds will bow to Phyrexia. Morodin is merely the first, says Sherolded the Whispering One. So one of those, two of those, three of those. Phyrexian Rager. Phyrexian Rager is worth 99 cents. Alright, next up we have Pistis Strike. It is an instant. Destroy target creature with flying. Its controller gets a poison counter. Even a nuisance, such as the Pistis Fly, has a purpose in our new world, says Glissa. Pistis Strike. Pistis Strike. It's worth $1.21. Next up, we have Priests of Norn. It's a 1/4 creature. It's a cleric. It has vigilance, and it has infect. This creature deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters, and to players in the form of poison counters. May our blessings sever the tongues of the Forsaken, says Eilish Norn Grand Cenobite. Priests of Norn. So we have two of those. Priests of Norn. $1.45. Next up, we have the Quicksilver Geyser. It is an instant. Return up to 2 target non-land permanents to their owner's hands. Phyrexians are tenacious. That's not the same thing as clever, says Tezzeret. Quicksilver Geyser. Oh no. Did I spell this wrong? No, I spelled it Geyser. Yeah, I spelled it wrong. Quicksilver, Geyser. Is worth $1.25. Next up, we have Rot Wolf. It is a 2/2 creature, a wolf. It has infect. This creature deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters, and to players in the form of poison counters. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Rot Wolf this turn is put into a graveyard, you may draw a card. So we have one of those, we have two of those, we have three of those, and we have four of those. Rot Wolf. I have a feeling these are worth 38 cents. Let's see. $1.48. Interesting. Did not expect that. Okay. Next up, we have Shriekhorn. It is an artifact. Shriekhorn enters the battlefield with 3 charge counters on it. If you tap and remove a charge counter from Shriekhorn, target player puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. It's a pretty good card, actually. Shriekhorn. It's worth $1. Next up, we have Spread the Sickness. It is a sorcery. Destroy target creature, then proliferate. You choose any number of permanents and or players with counters on them, then give each another counter of a kind already there. Life is ephemeral. Phyrexia is eternal. So spread the sickness. Oh, what just happened here? Spread the sickness. 99 cents. We have Steel Sabotage. It is an instant. Choose one. Counter target artifact spell or return target artifact to its owner's hand. You are hopelessly obsolete, my brothers. Come and join the great work, says Ramir, Hand of the Augur. Steel Sabotage. Sabotage. Steel Sabotage. It's worth $1.14. We have a Swamp. It is card number 150. So let's find that. It's 89 cents. And we have Tine Shrike. It is a 2/1 creature, a bird. It is flying and it has infect. This creature deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters, and to players in the form of poison counters. A new bird of prey, one that hunts sentinels. So we have 1 and 2 of those Tine Shrikes. Tine Shrikes. It's worth $1.27. And then I think we're almost to the end here. Unnatural Predation. It's an instant. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains trample until end of turn. Domination by the strongest. That is all that matters in the Tangle now. Vornaclex, Voice of Hunger. So we have 1, we have 2. Unnatural Predation. Unnatural Predation. It's worth 51 cents. We had 2 of those, correct? Yes, and then I believe lastly, yep, we have Vivisection. It's a sorcery. As an additional cost to cast Vivisection, sacrifice a creature. Draw 3 cards. Phyrexians research with the grace of surgeons and the finesse of butchers. So we have 1, 2, and 3 Vivisections. They're worth $1. All right, let us see what these are totaling up to. That is the end of Marauding Besieged. Let's get our trusty calculator out. Let's see what we got. Okay, we have $1.19, 2 at $1.37, $1.06, $1.09, $1.12, 2 at $1.25, 3 at $1.27, $1.73, 38 cents, $1.19, $1.27, 99 cents, $1.19, 2 at VAT price, 4 at 99 cents, 38 cents, 2 at $2.25, 2 at $1.25, 3 at 99 cents, $1.21, $1.45, two at that price, $1.25, four at $1.48, dollar 99 cents, $1.14, 89 cents, two at $1.27, two at 51 cents, and three at $1. So our total is $57.62, which now brings our running total to $243.35. $243.35.